about this? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey's worldwide best-selling book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. 16 years later, it occurs to Steve, oh man, you know what? There's an 8th habit I totally forgot. I don't know how it got by me, man. I was just...
From stand-up comedian to Emmy award-winning television host to human resource training film producer to business author, and now one of the most profound and enthusiastic keynote speakers in America on motivation, business relevance, and customer empathy.
You know this book, Good to Great? Excellent book. Jim Collins' excellent book. Jim profiled 11 companies that we should be paying attention to. Great leadership, great niche market, great management, great history. I see Jim Collins about 3.5 months ago, and I asked him, hey Jim, why is it that 7 of your original 11 companies are now seriously in trouble? He said, well, I don't know, but it's giving us the opportunity to write great to good. Paying attention to opportunity, isn't he? Here's what he told me. Those organizations did not change with the culture. They did not change operational methods. They didn't pay attention to what was happening to human beings. They got complacent and they stopped being humble. They started believing their own press, and they wouldn't change. They wouldn't stay relevant. I'll give you kind of a clue here. If you don't like change, you're really going to hate extinction.
Superstars do this. They ask questions constantly. They learn. They listen constantly. And you know what they don't do? They never talk about the economy. You know what we do at our company? It's extraordinary. We're having the best year we have ever had in 3 of our companies. We refuse to participate in the recession. That is the world did not, oh, thank you. You know what? The world did not shut down, did it? A lot of people are making money. We just figure it might as well be us. The culture will give you everything you need to know with regard to trends. 40% of 18 to 29-year-olds have tattoos. Did you know that? Look at this. Even in this group, look at all the tattoos. If you're a woman, look at this. Women 49 to 69, 22% of them have tattoos. It's not a particularly useful statistic. I just put it in. I thought it'd be kind of... I don't know what I was doing. So, tattooing is a trend. More people have tattoos now than they've ever had. Who capitalized on that trend? Ed Hardy capitalized on it. Started creating clothing that looked like you were wearing tattoos. If you couldn't have a tattoo, at least you could have some clothes that made you look like you were wearing tattoos. And look at that $70 million a year business. What trend could you leverage to steal market share or become the employer of choice?
That's why the Westin doesn't sell hotel rooms anymore. They focus on the heavenly bed. Have you ever stayed in a heavenly bed, any of you? What do you think? What do you think of it? Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Thumbs up. First time it was a few years ago. My wife and I were in San Antonio, Texas. We get in that bed. It's the only bed that you talk about for 10 minutes before you go to sleep. It's a great bed. Honey, how come we don't have a bed like this? And my wife had read the brochure, and she said it has 10 different layers. That's why. There's a duvet underneath, and then there's these Egyptian, I think there are 3,000 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets, and then another duvet. And she went through the entire list as I drift off to the best sleep of my life. Until 1:30 in the morning. Please evacuate the building. We have a fire emergency. You must evacuate the building. I listen really hard. I don't hear anybody scrambling up and down these halls. I'm not getting up. Half hour later, we have contained the fire emergency. We must evacuate. An awful lot of smoke, and there is some portion of the building still on fire. Please evacuate now if you have not already. I turned to my wife and I said, hey, honey, maybe we should get up. My wife said, let me burn. That's how good that bed is. She did not want to get out of that bed. Well, now, of course, the Westin has turned this into a giant profit center for them. You can get the heavenly sheets and the pillowcases. You can buy the heavenly lamps. You can buy the actual bed. You can buy the duvets and all that. You can buy a heavenly dog collar if you want it. That exemplifies the experience of going to the Westin. You know, I wish I'd been in the boardroom when they figured this out, because somebody had to stand up and say, you know, Hal, we have these sleeping rooms all over the world. What do you think would happen if we made the beds good?